hold on. I'm not done yet, Ann. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Why are you talking over me like that, Ann? Because I was nice and I let you speak, Ann. You know, you see how nice I am. You see how much I'm treating you like a white woman. I have not even muted you on this stage. Let me finish my statement, right? Because I got a friend who's mixed race. He went down to the police station. They took him into the police station, y'all. And they marked white on that man's motherfucking papers, right? People mark our racial categories for us. I need us to stop acting like it's something that you do on your own. If you're white and Jewish, you're white and Jewish, just like there are black Jewish people. So you can't say that you're not white and Jewish because you're almost saying that black Jewish people don't exist, right? In the same way, you know, I know black is true for some of y'all, but we know that in your country, you're black Hispanic, right? Not white, not white Hispanic. Oop, bitch, I said that. Let me go back on mute. Y'all finished it.
That nigga just cooked. That nigga just cooked just now.
Why are you so invested in trying to tell Jewish people who we are? And when did they ever try to do that?
Stop playing the victim, Norm.
What are you talking
No
about?
victim. No victim.
Wait, come on. Let the record show, right, that I literally went to the Pew Research, right, and they literally have.
And why are you doing this, Lonzo? What is your motivation?
They said that Jewish people themselves, by the ranges of 98% of Jewish Americans.
You repeated this already. What is your intention trying to tell us who we are?
Right. I'm not. Your sisters and brothers are.
No, you're doing it here on this stage. Out of your mouth.
So then the survey's got some.
Yeah, but Norm is the 0.0001.
No, I'm a mainstream Jew. I've always been a
Respectfully,
Lonzo, what is that? What is the meaning?
I pulled up the definition of race.
Respectfully, you're a Chazan. Wait, tell me.
And then you told me that I was Jewish and I didn't take the survey.
Wait, tell me. Wait. And you're Jewish now? Yo, how many religions are you, man?
I said
She purposely acted dumb. Is this the problem?
I was a Jew and I didn't take this.
And is it okay that the census erases your identity, erases you as a minority? Is that okay with
Please,
you?
I'd rather the
Minority in America.
Yes.
I'm sure in another room, Anne will be taking her shahada on Clubhouse. Like, she literally whoever we want her to be.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
What's your ethnicity, Ann?
Well, my mom's side of the family is Lebanese. They're from Lebanon. And my dad's side of the family is French Canadian.
Okay, so she's a tether. Okay, I got you. All right, one mic on Omari. What up, brother? Go ahead, tell you.
You're so retarded.
Yo, this is crazy.
I hate you.
Yo, there's another Ann on stage.
Hey, Ann, number one, and hi, Lonzo. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I just checked GBT the definition of race in case anybody wanted me to read it. I'm happy to,
please.
but otherwise, okay. It says the definition of race varies depending on the context. Number one, biological perspective. Historically, race was thought of to be a classification of humans based on physical traits such as skin color, facial features, and hair type. However, modern genetics has shown that human genetic variation is continuous, and race is not a biologically distinct category. Two, social and cultural perspective. Race is a socially constructed system of categorization based on perceived physical and cultural differences. These categories are often tied to historical, political, and economic contexts and can influence identity, social status, and treatment in society. Last but not least, third, socio-political perspective. Race has been used historically to justify social hierarchies, discrimination, and policies of exclusion or privilege. It plays a significant role in discussions about civil rights, inequality, and identity. The end. That's it.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're 2% of the population and historically oppressed, how are you not a minority?
I know you're not saying. I know you. What? I can't.
All right, this guy's a.
How are you not a minority given those truths?
Quiet.
How are you not a minority?
Race is a social concept, but in the United States, it has great implications, especially in our government. At one point in our Constitution, in healthcare right now,
Totally
Black
agree.
women, Black pregnant women are dying at an alarming rate. Behind that, Latino women are. So race is a social concept, but in the United States, it has real implications, especially if you're black and brown.
So if you're 2% of the population and a
Oh my God,
historically
you're pretending to be
oppressed,
dumb, right?
how is that a minority? How is that not a minority? Is 2% not less than 100%?
El Normal, do you know that what percentage of the United States have Italian heritage?
No. Are they historically oppressed? I was unaware. You let me know.
4%.
Right. So was there a Holocaust of Italians? Because I didn't notice that.
The Holocaust didn't happen in the United States.
That's what I'm talking about.
So was there historical oppression in the United States?
Slavery in the United States, and there was a trail of tears.
And there was oppression of Italians in the United States as well. That's why I love to remind these people when they start adopting these racist, fascist ideologies and talking about make America great again and wanting to go back to the good old days. I always ask them, well, how far do you want to go back? Because there was a time when all of us were considered niggas and were terrorized and oppressed. But we know that right now, that's not the case because of the current racial hierarchy and where you stand. But you should never forget your history.
So if Lonzo was oppressed in Haiti instead of the United States, it doesn't count because it wasn't in the United States, King?
First of all, he would.
What the fuck?
Wait. First of all, you're an idiot. Do you know about the Atlantic slave trade? You damn idiot.
Wait, but King just said it wasn't in the United States, so it didn't count.
Cousins. Me and Alonzo cousins.
Okay, but you weren't oppressed in the United States because you were in Haiti, so that doesn't count.
Using MAGA arguments.
We're from different slave ships, man.
Yeah, so...
One mic on me. Okay, hold on. Let me tell y'all something. One mic on a... And I'm a reverse racist, reverse transgender, and y'all are going to recognize my race and gender since you motherfuckers are in here, and there are no fucking real-ass white men on this motherfucking stage. I see multiple white people on this stage, and all of you motherfuckers, you motherfucking ashamed of being white.
This is dictatorship.
And that's bad. Hush, Ann. White man is talking. Shut your white ass up. Be a good heifer, okay? So like I fucking said, I want to know where the real white men are in this motherfucking room, and until we see a real white man in this motherfucking room, I'll be the whitest motherfucker in here, okay?
Isn't a heifer an animal? Did you just call her an animal? It's a little harsh. Seems harsh, I don't know.
No, but seriously though, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that this should be allowed to happen? Are y'all for it or against it? I mean, like, will Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, will he now be able to, fall underneath that minority status? So, like, will he now be able to, like, access grants that Black people and Native Americans historically, could access?
Well, nobody can access nothing anymore because, all of that shit is done. So no.
I just think it's just dying instead of controlling our government.
No, that part isn't done. DEI might be done, but the grants
are done.
No, they're not done.
Yes, they are. You're late, Lonzo.
Wait, which grants are done?
There's no more race-based, minority-based, any type of base like that. There's no EEOC. There's no type of racial base, nothing.
And that's a good
thing. No type of women's base, nothing. No.
That's good.
Well, this is Kip, and you're non-white women.
Who said that? A white woman? I'm sure. Of course she did.
This is Kip.
I don't know.
I don't think that's accurate.
Misty,
I don't think that's accurate.
No, I'm talking to the one that's wearing the red hat.
No, Misty said she's the only one that's white in here, so I don't think
this is kept. Why this is kept? Why this is kept? Okay, why this is kept? The white women were the ones that benefited most from DEI and affirmative action, but y'all find it out soon enough.
Does an American Jew deserve to be protected from discrimination and attacks, such as the kind we've undergone here?
You fucking know everything.
such as the kind that we've been undergoing for the last year and a half.
Are you crying now, Mr. Crane? Are you crying?
Not at all. I said, do we deserve to be protected?
You sound like
No, it's a question. It's a question. It was yes or no. I know English is not your strong suit, but it was a yes or no.
Supposed to say that. And that's what Israel pulled out for y'all to be protected.
Mods, everybody please take it.
Bush businesses will now be classified as minority business enterprises, making them eligible for billions of dollars in grants.
Oh, wonderful. Billions in grants for all the non-white people. I thought we were having no more DEI, and then, boom, Trump's ready to run with this. Yeah, they go like, oh, hey, fellow white people, what's up with the fellow white grants, the fellow white minorities? Oh, no, we're not white. Hey, fellow white people, us, we got white privilege, and we're so racist and white and evil, and we need to open our borders and have mass immigration. Oh, we're not white. There's also
I can't
now.
That was the
Give
kind of
billions of
control.
dollars to Israel.
No,
Now we're giving you guys more money. Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Many white Americans are actually pissed off about this because they feel that they're getting disrespected because people that have identified as white for so many years, because they have a different religion, now could access monies and grants that they could not, they can't access.
Well, it's much more than a religion, Lonzo. Again, you don't really understand what it is to be a Jew.
I'm saying that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
I mean,
Well, why are you repeating it? If you repeat it, that means
I'm giving you the ideology behind what.
So do you agree with them or you disagree?
there are 60 people in this.
Lonzo,
You're the
hold
only
on
one
a
to keep
second,
talking.
sir. This
You're
is
the only one keep talking.
Sir, this is an English-speaking room.
No, you're
sir.
entitled
Lonzo,
to what? Just because of the color of your
English-speaking
skin?
room.
You keep
English
talking.
speaking.
You take hostage the whole room, man.
Thank
What's
you.
going on?
Lonzo, do you agree with that or do you disagree, Lonzo?
Do I agree that Judaism is also a religion?
No. Do you agree or disagree with what that man said that you just played? You said it wasn't your words. So do you disagree with the words or agree with the words that you're broadcasting in your room? You keep saying it's not you, and yet you keep presenting this perspective. Are you presenting it because you disagree with it or because you agree with it?
He wants people to use their brain and think about it.
Wait, do you
It's about-
agree? Wait, do you agree that Islam is a religion? No.
Of course, Islam is a religion, but I
What
let
about
Muslims.
What about Christianity?
Hang on. I let them define themselves out of respect, and you should do the same.
No, I'm asking. I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking
Again,
the question.
Ask a Muslim
What
person.
about-
I will go with
what
what the
about
Muslim
Christianity?
person says because I have respect. So if a Muslim person tells me that it's a religion,
What about Christianity? Is that a religion?
yeah, according to Christians, I believe yes.
Wait, hold on, brother. What about Judaism? Is that a religion?
Much more than a religion. It's an identity. It's a family. It's a tribe.
I'm sure Muslims believe that they're a family. I'm sure that Muslims believe that they're a tribe.
Are they a nation too?
I believe they believe
Yeah.
the world.
Why don't you let a Muslim person tell Alonzo instead of you?
It's called
Because I don't speak for them, and you don't speak for a Muslim.
No, you're right, brother. Is there? Soren, are you there, brother?
It's called Ummah, by the way. He doesn't
He's
understand
not a
the
Muslim, Alonzo. He's not a Muslim. He's
I'm
not
pretty
Islam.
sure, brother, I'm pretty sure you know.
Mr. Gray,
Well,
you are just one person in almost 60 people here. You keep talking,
I
you don't
can
let
hear.
people talk, and you keep whinging and whining and complaining.
This is an English-speaking room.
I understand it is, and I speak English
English.
with you because that's the only language you
I
understand.
can't understand what you're trying to say. I'm
I
sorry.
speak
It
with
sounds
you
like gibberish.
English because that's the only language you understand.
It's coming out gibberish.
Well, it's not
Oh, well.
Yiddish for sure.
Oh well.
It doesn't sound Yiddish.
Oh well.
Enemy spotted.
Please respect an English-speaking room, sir.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Soren is a good brother to the club. All right.
I hate you.
All right.
He's not a Muslim, though.
So,
I gave you an example. Ummah. The concept of ummah is more than a religion.
Are you a Muslim, sir?
It's
Why
none
are
of
you
your
speaking
business.
for Muslims?
It's none of your
Then
business.
why are you speaking for Muslims?
It's none
We
of your
just
business.
agreed that we would let a Muslim person speak for
No,
themselves.
I'm
Why are
not
you
going to discuss my religion.
Why are you colonizing Islam now, sir? It's really offensive. You're a colonizer.
Oh my God, no, stop.
Yeah,
please.
he's a white supremacist.
All right. Oh
He
my
is.
gosh. All right. We're gonna. Yo, y'all really trying to really succeed for like Darrell and Daru, man. I swear, man, you guys are good. Yo, you guys are fucking good. Annie's been trying to fucking Darrell for like 5,000 hours, yo. Like she's literally been talking about everything else aside from the conversation. She is fucking like on one right now. Nadia, you there? All right, Nadia's away from her phone.
Yeah, I'm here.
How do you feel about the conversation? I mean, do you believe that this is right? Do you believe that white Americans will now start snapping because of it?
Probably. Are they going to be able to get anything out of it?
You talking about the regular white Americans like Anne?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Come on, do
you think that socialism is a good idea? A good concept?
Oh my God.
No, I'm honestly asking. Do you think it's a good concept? Has it?
There are some benefits to socialism.
Okay, show me, and so I can have reference. And I only.
How do you feel about Social Security?
I only need reliable sources.
How do you feel about Social Security?
It is socialism.
Do you think that helps elder Americans?
I think that some elder Americans have benefited from that as far as financially.
When you say some, do you mean all?
I don't know. Does some mean all?
Oh my God.
And just all means some.
Wait, everyone's entitled to Social Security. Even rich people are entitled to Social Security.
Well, right, but there's people that are here that are in America that are not American citizens. So I'm just.
But you didn't say that. You said Americans.
So for the Americans. Okay, I thought I said Americans.
You did.
But I think there's a lot of people that identify as Americans that are not American.
Oh my God, you're making it more complicated than what it needs to be. American citizens, anyone's entitled to an American citizen, born, birth certificate, Social Security card. Even rich people are entitled to Social Security.
Correct.
So
are there people that could potentially be in our country that are receiving Social Security benefits that are not American citizens?
No.
Yes
No.
All right. I take your word for it.
All right.
Okay.
You know, and there was actually like a guy, he made the news the other day, right? He was a Canadian, born Canadian. His father was white American. His mother is Canadian, right? So he was born in Canada. He came over here when he was like 2 years old. He's now 60-something years old. I played it and I made a room about this. So he went to go apply for, and he's been living in America all his life. He's voted as well, right? This guy, didn't know he was breaking any rules.
Yeah.
They didn't change, I think, for 2003, where if your father or, one parent is American, then you're American. They didn't change that rule to 2003. But he's never had his status questioned. He's worked. He could have served in the military. He could have been a police officer. Now that he's ready to retire, he files for, Social Security.
Uh-huh.
They deny his claim because they called him an immigrant. Right? So now this man that worked all his life, white American, right, that worked all his life, has been told, no, you will not be allowed to get Social Security.
Wow. Well, then...
This guy was MAGA also. He was also MAGA.
I cannot believe that.
So he's been a tether all his life. And now,
Wow.
now he can't apply for it. Now, how do you feel about that?
I think that's really confusing. I would think, how did all that happen? How did he benefit off of, how did he work and take an American job? How did he own a home on American land and pay taxes to America? And then not be considered a citizen and not be able to reap the rewards at the end of his life for those things that he's put money his own money and donated taxes was taken out of his money, working on American soil, and then he can't get that money back when he retires and wants to stop working. It doesn't seem fair. But like, I don't know anything. It doesn't. No, I don't know. I think that would be awful if that's true. That's a really, really sad thing. That's a really sad thing.
All right. So.
But how can we allow that to happen, Lonzo? How did that happen?
It's a great question. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
My point though is, do you agree that Social Security benefits all Americans?
I agree to that. I agree to that.
Well, let's let Lan try to like whittle her way out of that. Do you believe that form of socialism is a good thing? Yeah.
I think socialism is not a good thing at all. So the concept of socialism, any socialist program, every single one, I do not advocate for. I think that they do not bring. There's nothing good that comes out of socialism. To me, socialism is the path to hell. Is a road paved with good intent.
Okay, so when you get so in a couple years when you're eligible for Social Security.
How do I know that?
Well, in a couple years when you are, right, will you abstain from collecting it because it's a social...
Don't call her old, Lon. It's a little insulting to her.
That's not what's going on.
A little bit. Well, he said in a couple of years. No, he slipped it in. I caught it.
Filibustering the question.
I caught it. He tried to be a little rude to her.
Stop filibustering the question.
Couple could be 10, 20, 30, 40. I mean...
No, just be a gentleman, though, when you talk to her, please.
And in a few years... Oh, my God. And in a few years, when you qualify for Social Security...
I don't know if I will, because we don't know if Social Security is going to be available.
If it's available.
Interesting.
I can't do hypothetical.
Hold on. Why would it not be available in a few years?
To be honest,
if it's available now.
Well, Missy, I've been hearing on the news that the boomers are the last generation to have generational wealth, and they're going to be the last generation that will collect Social Security. I don't know why people are saying that. I don't know why that's going viral in the media.
No,
that's
because she believes that Donald Trump is...
It's so interesting, Lonzo. Because I want to ask you a question, Lonzo. Isn't it true that these boomers were mostly born either before Reagan or in and around the time of Reagan? So either they themselves, 1 second, not done yet, either they themselves benefited directly from but simply a social safety net widely available to Americans.
Yeah, fuck Missy. Hey, baby. Y'all ain't watching the goddamn Super Bowl?
I don't put your ass in the audience, dude.
Wait a minute.
All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me just play this clip.
And boomers weren't born.
Mods, need anybody that comes up here.
His name is...
Okay.
Florida man is stunned after learning that he's not a U.S. citizen after voting, paying taxes for over 60 years. This man right here, his name is Jimmy Class, and his mom is Canadian. His dad is a U.S. citizen, and he was born in Canada. And his story is devastating. He's lived in the U.S. for over 60 years and has paid into Social Security with every single pay stub. He received the Social Security card. He was eligible to be in the military. He was even offered a job as a police officer. Not only that, he's also voted in every election possible. When it was finally time for him to receive his Social Security payments in 2020, he was denied. If you're born out of the country, but one of your parents is a U.S. citizen, you get citizenship in the USA. But that didn't go into effect until the year 2000. That's prior to when Jimmy was born. However, he has never been challenged on his citizenship. In fact, it's actually fraudulent, the fact that he's been able to vote. But yet he's paid into Social Security for decades. And he spent all of his savings trying to figure this out. But now Jimmy has to go back and get another job because he's ran out of all of his money trying to figure out what is going on. You can't tell me Social Security isn't a broken system. Florida man.
come he didn't go get his citizenship?
He never got it.
He didn't think he had to.
He was never supposed to. He thought he was an American the whole time.
Oh, I see. My mom is a,
this is even real.
my mom is an American citizen. She's Canadian,
Name.
and I think I have Canadian. I don't know for sure, but my mom's a Canadian citizen. But I was born here. But I'm going to stay the hell out of this because I don't fully understand it. But I was just wondering why he never went to get it. I guess he assumed he was American.
Yeah, he assumed he was American also.
Got it.
My question is, how the fuck was he voting all these years?
Because there's no voter ID laws.
White skin. He obviously has like
Doesn't matter his skin color.
he almost worked for the cops.
What about
he almost worked for the cops.
multi-citizenship? Is that okay?
Did he have a social security number? Don't you need that to vote?
You do not need to have.
That's what I'm saying. The story sounds
Either
real
it's a lie.
suspect. The math.
Right. It's either a lie or something's up in the state of Denmark.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
My son turned 18 and this year, and I had to get his voter registration with the social security card. This or whatever that's for. And now he can't even open up a bank account without his social security card.
Before
We're trying.
Reagan.
In New York,
Yeah,
you
I
can
realize-
sign your name and you can vote. They don't ask you for ID. It's against the law to ask
That's
for
right.
ID.
But I still think it goes to speak that when it goes time to pull your social security, you have to have like your social security card, or even when it comes to you opening up a bank account, they're going to ask typically for two forms of ID, which is going to be your ID and your social security card. We can't get around not operating with our social security card, so I'm trying to understand. Does he have a social security card?
And you can't go to the voting polls you can go without an ID there, but then they highlight your name off because it's down. You're listed in your district to be voting there because you registered to get a voter card. Like I get a thing in the mail that says your polling place is here, blah blah blah. But I had to, I couldn't have just showed up in Florida to vote. I don't think because my name wouldn't be on the list.
In addition to a driver's license, you have to have your birth certificate, you have to have your social security card, and a piece of mail, typically speaking. So
a utility bill, a utility or something.
I just had to do that to collect inheritance money from my dad.
Yeah, but to be clear, a social security number is not an indication of citizenship, though. So just so y'all know,
That's
that doesn't mean that
interesting.
just because you have one, you're a citizen.
No,
I didn't know
don't they
Green card holders have social security numbers.
Yes, don't they usually within your social security number log if you're an American citizen or not, especially if you're paying into SSN or SSI?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
So for your social security number, right, you having a social security number doesn't automatically mean that you're an American citizen. However, when it comes to the processing of certain information, your social security number, especially if it comes to him pulling SSN, it logs, typically speaking, if you are eligible or not. It would show that you would have that citizenship or not. That's why I'm confused.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe in different systems, but yeah, just for the purpose of like I guess like when we're talking about voter registration and stuff, I don't think that would ever be a requirement because that doesn't indicate citizenship.
I think every state is different. Ann and I had this conversation in another room once where we discovered Michigan is one of the few states that has a Secretary of State rather than a, what do they call it?
I don't know. I thought every state
Most
had
states
that.
have secretaries of state.
What is it?
Most states have a secretary.
All do?
Most states. Hold on. Most states have Secretary of States. You need to go to the Secretary of State in most states to
That's
vote.
what
Or also, one second, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Can I finish my statement? You need to go to them to vote or to incorporate a business.
Okay, so when we looked it up, unless it's called something else, Misty, in other states, but we brought up the concept of Secretary of State, thinking that every state had this, and people didn't know what we were talking about, and so we found to be true that not all states have Secretary of State. We may be the only state.
One quick second, let me look it up.
It was in the context, but what you said, what she said is of getting a business. It was in the context of that conversation, and we were saying we would go to the Secretary of State.
Right.
And I was like, what?
To get an LLC. So
To get an LLC, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so in 47 out of 50 U.S. states, there are secretaries of states, minus Alaska, Hawaii, and Utah. So either the people you all were speaking to were from one of 3 states, or like most Americans, they're ill-informed about the system that they live under.
Is that, you said that LLC? You said all states have that?
No, all have secretary.
47 out of 50.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
only
God.
3 states without a secretary of state:
Maybe.
Hawaii, Alaska, and Utah.
Okay.
Y'all taught me something though.
And does
No,
everyone,
you taught me something
you taught us
too.
something for sure. A lot. So, if you guys go to get your driver's license, is that at the Secretary of State too? Everyone in every state?
No, we go to the Department of Motor Vehicles here in the last couple states I live, because I'm prior military, so we moved around. Damn near every state that we went to, you would have to go to the DMV that's in your area to go get your driver's license.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah,
a
the
DMV.
We don't
DMV.
have a DMV, so that's
Yeah, we have, like, for instance, I'm in Chicago, we have a DMV, but it is run by the Secretary of State, so it's kind of like an agency under that or whatever. But yeah, our Department of Motor Vehicles is run by the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State is also who we go to in order to register LLCs as well.
Yeah, I think that's where the confusion is the language. We don't use the word DMV. It's at our Secretary of State because we do everything there, I think. We just don't use that term, I guess.
Well, he's saying that they have both, and we don't have anything that's called DMV in Michigan.
No.
Yeah, because where I live here in Alabama, we do have an office for the Secretary of State. It's usually located in the Capitol, but most places that we go to are designated like buildings that you're able to go to. Like, for example, in one of the outer counties, they have it's like a little, how do I describe it? It's like a little, you know how you pass by Lowe's and they have the little like cottage looking shacks that are usually sheds? Yeah, it's like that, and they have the equipment and a person that works in there that you're able to go get ID from if you live in that area. It's very small, very condensed. They only do like IDs and voter registration. You can't take your driver's test there. You have to go somewhere else to take your driver's test.
Yeah, we have a Secretary of State probably in the 10 minutes from my house have at least 7 of them, and they're built like where you go for everything, driver's tests, and they're not fancy, but they're like formal, buildings with people and security and have to make an appointment, all that. Is it true, since there was a moment of silence there, if my mom is a Canadian citizen, born and raised in Winnipeg, moved here to when she married my dad, never became an American citizen, and she tells me, sometimes she says weird things, but she says that I'm automatically a Canadian citizen because she is. I have dual citizenship, and is that something I have to go get like a passport for?
You just apply for it. I think if you have just one parent that is a Canadian citizen, unless you have like a criminal record or some shit, you pretty much are guaranteed a citizenship there.
Do my children have it too, or no?
Only if you got it, I guess they could apply.
Okay. Good to know.
Does anybody have a Department of Human Resource Services in their state, DHS?
Yeah, I do. It's called Health and Human Services.
Health and Human Services.
Oh.
I I just checked ChatGPT, by the way. You can have Canadian citizenship. Your kids can't have it. I'm going to double check it against Google, but that's what it's saying. It's only the first generation born abroad gets Canadian citizenship, not the second.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Why is Pepe being quiet? I've been waiting for somebody to
I'm waiting for you. I love when I'm in a room with you.
I'm waiting for Pepe to talk so I can argue with him.
Yeah, you're still a terrorist on this app, I see. It's fun.
He's been drinking too much of the Flint water, okay? We're praying for him.
Is he from Flint?
No, I heard it's making the frogs gay.
Oh, God.
I mean, I can stir up shit like I would 2 years ago, but, you know, I don't really have a reason to put on a show anymore, so I don't really do it.
I know. Everyone's just putting on their own show. No, it's every day.
Can I say something? I realized by listening to these conversations with the whites that you guys aren't that smart. I've realized it. It's been some time now, but the more and more I listen to you guys, I don't understand why people think that y'all smart, because y'all really aren't.
I'm going to be fair.
At least the ones in here.
Especially
you, PP, you are the stupidest one of them all.
Stupidest.
But yeah,
it's not your opinion. I mean, it's
fine, but I've realized that you're an idiot, and you know.
Tell me what I said that's idiotic.
No, that's
tell me what
you're not going to talk about
it's
Misty
like
that way. You're not going to talk about Misty that
it's
way.
like airheads all over the fucking place, and I'm just trying to figure out why it is.
That's white in this room is her. So how dare you fucking talk to her like?
Well, Misty identifies as white, but you know she was born with the melanin. That's okay.
She's got a green bean.
So do you think you're as smart as most
Misty
black people, or most black people just dumb like you?
I think I'm smarter than you. No, I know for sure that I'm smarter than you.
Oh, okay.
That's the fact.
So tell me, what have I said that's like factually incorrect?
Everything that comes out your mouth for the most part.
So of course you can't point to Amazing.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
I'm definitely smarter than you, Ann. It's the questions that you were asking. Like,
let's just do some simple math. Can you do your multiplication tables? What's 8 times 7?
Can you do your multiplication tables?
Yes.
Don't ask me no motherfucking questions.
Because you can't answer it.
It's okay. I'm not taking.
It was actually a black teacher on here. Like thugs would come in my room, and he would say he would do the multiplication tables, and he would then say spell Illinois, and then he'd be like, "Motherfucker, fuck you spell Illinois." You know, you're one of those people who can't do it, but you think you're smart.
Did they give you your name because you peed on yourself a lot?
No, it's because I have a big white peepee. I have a big white peepee. White wiener, big white wiener.
Yeah, we don't refer to big things as peepees. That's little. That when they say a peepee, if they refer to your dick as a peepee, that means it's tiny. Okay?
You love that big, nice long pink flank steak.
I don't even understand why you would say some shit
white wiener. White wiener.
I understood.
I definitely don't do raw meat. That's ridiculous. Oh, come on. Raw chicken is disgusting.
Oh, you like it well done and ran through, right?
I like it well done, definitely.
Ew,
yeah,
that's
well done.
You do too, though.
They're killing a bunch of the birds because of the birds.
You like it well done too, right? Don't you? All in your mouth.
I was gonna say I respect your opinion on the white people, but I was gonna say I think the other Ann, the Ann with the other Ann, she a lot of the when you said she asked dumb questions or she's airheady. I think a lot of them are almost being sarcastic a little bit. She is because she doesn't have the energy when someone is saying something that she disagrees with. I could be wrong, and I definitely said it earlier. Like I'm not like educated on this topic as much to contribute. I can look stuff up on ChatGPT, but that's why.
Well, in order to speak on a topic, you have to have a degree. Like that's the only way that someone is educated. If you have that certificate, other than that, you cannot talk on a stage. You shouldn't be able to. We should ban people that do not have a college degree to speak. Because no one's an expert, right?
Well, college degrees don't make. You usually have to have like a PhD to be an expert, technically.
Mine's
a psychology degree.
Wait a minute, I got a question. Why is there so many white trash voices going on at the same time? Where are the black people? Black people, where are y'all? I'm sick of
Why is there hood rat talking? Why is there hood rat wanting to get the attention of the whites?
Sitting in the middle of a fucking trailer park right now. This is terrible.
I'm in Section 8 housing right now.
I know you are.
How much is their EBT card, ma'am?
I don't know. I don't get it, unfortunately.
Yeah, you do. Shut up.
Everyone's probably starting to watch Super Bowl stuff.
I give you $50 for 100 since you got it.
$50 for what is it? $300 card or $100 card? How much?
Yeah, I don't know how
I'll take
come.
it.
You know how I come.
I do business with black people.
Good. Let's do the business thing. Order my food and I'll send you the money.
I'm gonna have to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, Brooklyn. I have been laughing ever since you said that I was trans white. And then when Pepe said big white wiener, I decided to go to the dating apps because I'm in Boston and looking for big white wiener on my profile.
Nice.
Well, now you're out.
Big white wiener is white. Hey, black people.
Hi.
Hey, best friend.
No, you should say that you big
Don't talk to me, whiteies. I don't feel like it today.
You just didn't say he should have said a black. You should have said a black pee-pee.
Hi, I identify as a black woman.
Leave me alone, whiteies. I'm sick of y'all. I had enough of you motherfuckers for a year.
I'm half black
I could
anyways.
just disappear.
How are you half black, Pepe?
Because my mom like big black wiener, and I don't know. I guess that's how it happens.
He's not in the room anymore.
Disgusting.
You are so obsessed with dicks. It's ridiculous. What is wrong? Why are you? Have you come out the closet to your family yet? Have you told them? Have you?
Yeah, I'm not gay.
You told them that you like the dick all in your mouth. You told
Tell
them
me more
I
about
like
it.
the dick all in my mouth. You told them
You have what in your mouth?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It comes out of you, like when you say it comes out so
I'm
naturally.
supposed to like the dick. It's supposed to be natural. I'm a woman, right?
Yeah, but
women. You like the
well, that's funny. Women will say, generally don't talk about dick all in my mouth. It's kind of unladylike.
Who the women that you know that don't talk about dick in their mouth?
They don't talk like that publicly.
Me.
We're in the United States of America.
No, ma'am.
We already know how the white bitches get down. Y'all was taking dick before y'all was taking dick.
See, that's the difference between a hood rat and like a normal person. They don't. I can't wait to get some dick all in my mouth tonight. Like,
y'all started us sucking dick. We thought it was it was terrible to suck dick. Y'all was sucking dick at 10.
Where in the Bible does it say that sucking dick is a good thing?
We didn't say it was a bad thing.
It doesn't say it in the Bible.
You hoes invented the dick sucking. You're supposed to tell me about it, Ian.
Why doesn't it talk about dick sucking? Wow.
You and your ancestors, your prehistoric cave woman, man ancestors, y'all invented all of this nasty shit that people be doing. You invented all of the nasty.
Where's all the money?
So you tell me where it came from. You know.
So are you saying we were sitting in caves and we couldn't see each other? We were like,
sucking each other.
Every woman. Like white wiener in your mouth.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing.
Pepe, I didn't know you knew how to speak that language. What do you know any other?
You need to write your.
I don't know what cavemen sounded like. Whatever cave beasts were like, I don't know. I guess she's referring to
you're
Neanderthals.
fluent in the language, actually.
Well, it's like imagine like what a monkey would sound like. It's just like
in the language. That was a good one, Abnormal. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be here all day.
What do you talking about?
The Jews. So, Norma, you a minority now?
We're 2% of the population and historically oppressed. What else do you need to be a minority?
I always thought y'all was minorities in the first place, but
I agree.
Well, I guess y'all white too, so y'all blend in, so it make you not a minority.
We don't identify as white. Sometimes non-white people look at us and can't tell the difference, but we don't.
I could tell. I mean, I could tell a Jew when I see one because I'm in New York.
Can you really? Is that because they like dress like the what is it called?
People have Judah. It's called Judah.
That was a hate speech.
They're like super traditional with like the
they're shapeshifters. They're white when they need to be. They will drink your children's blood when they have to. They do all. That's what they do.
Shut up, Pee-Pee.
Let's talk ratios.
We always have a bagel. We always have a bagel in our hand.
No, it's not. It's their features. Like a lot of them have like kinky kind of hair. They know
It's not kinky.
Kinky.
Their hair is almost as bad looking as you guys' is. Not quite as bad though.
I'm not sure how
it's more manageable.
Almost as beautiful, you mean, Pepe?
put in your hair.
Pepe, can you say that in caveman talk, please?
I wouldn't know how to. I couldn't naturally do it.
Where's Misty?
Wait, so Jews have kinky hair? I'm like
I don't
crying
know
at that.
how.
They have
We
curly
got
hair.
4C hair. You didn't know this?
Some do, not all.
But their noses are different. Like blacks have bell pepper noses, and they have like witches' noses. It's like, you can't.
Because some Jewish folks come from the Middle East, and so the hair texture is going to be different. There are others that come from all over Europe, and so their hair texture is going to be also different. So
A lot of the European ones are known for kinky hair. That's how Hitler. That's why he would measure their noses and their skull shapes.
He
Because it was
did
genetic.
not.
Yes, he did. I'm dead
Did he
serious.
really?
Yeah.
they're so
No, I'm pretty sure that if me and you both took a side profile of our faces, that me and you would have the same shaped nose. Does that mean I'm Jewish?
Really, you haven't? I know. It means you're Arab. Arabs and Jews are cousins.
Oh,
If you look at like Southern Europeans.
Okay, but that's not just a Jewish thing. That's
No,
an
it's not
Arab
just
thing.
Jewish. Arabs. If you look at like Palestinian noses, like a lot of them are disgustingly huge, and it's like Persians in America are notorious for getting. The women are notorious for getting nose jobs when they turn 18. Like a lot of Southern Europeans have big noses. I have a big nose.
Are you Palestinian?
Me?
He's saying he got a nose job.
No, I never got a nose job. I got a big nose. Like, look at my fucking profile
No,
picture.
it is.
It's not like
It's large, but it's not like fat. It's straight. And
I didn't like the way my hands looked, so I had a hand job.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Get it? Nose job, hand job.
I thought I should have been born blind, so I actually got surgery to make myself blind, so I didn't have to see things. It makes life so much easier that way.
yeah.
What did you have for lunch today, Norm? Did you eat something healthy and nutritious?
I'm having ramen.
Oh God.
he put bacon in it. He's
No bacon, not kosher. No bacon.
Yikes. I only had a Eucharist today.
Did you cheat? I'm sure you've cheated and had bacon before, right, Norm? Like I had Muslim friends when I was a kid, and they would, like, they were foreign, and weren't supposed to, but they're like, oh, okay, I'll eat it.
No snitching. Snitches get stitches.
Well, the Haram police isn't here, so I don't think my friends will get in trouble.
Because hold on, let me put my phone off.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is what you should have asked him instead. You should have asked him this instead, and I'll tell you why you should have asked him this instead. Because El Normo, he likes to feel like, he's really wealthy and powerful. You should have asked him if he's eating like pancetta or prosciutto instead. Okay. Because I bet he would have answered that question. It's the fact that you asked about bacon. He cannot admit to eating bacon.
I never said I was wealthy.
I definitely don't have money, and I've had prosciutto and pancetta, so I don't consider that high class. Just honestly.
He would though. But here's the other thing. You could have also asked him if he ate fatback, because that would have been a funnier motherfucking statement. You should have said, oh, no more. Have you ever had fatback? Because then you don't know how he would have answered that.
I have never had motherfucking fatback.
Now you know you done had sex with a fat Jewish lady. Stop lying.
Oh my God.
I walked right into that one.
I've had sex with a fat Jewish woman before.
What was her name? Charlie?
I mean, there's actually been more than one occasion. I mean, I've had sex with fat women, like in general. Like I didn't discriminate that harshly when I was younger. I mean, it was like, oh, okay, why not?
What was her name? Tiffany Rabinowitz?
No. I mean, I grew up mostly in Scottsdale. There's good Jewish population here. It's not
Jennifer Shapiro?
I've actually never known a Shapiro.
Harriet Horowitz?
No. Well, my college girlfriend, she was Jewish. So I think people have heard about that before.
Was she attracted to you because you're a Nazi?
I wasn't even I'm not a Nazi. I wasn't even like I didn't even have like political stances on things when I was that age. But her last name was
National Socialist. National Social.
I did not know. I knew nothing really about Nazis besides like what was in the movies and learn in history class. But her last name was Schiffman. Kind of ambiguous. I don't know. Maybe that sounds Jewish.
Do you collect Nazi memorabilia? You know, like swastikas and those boots and those eagles? No.
I think it'd be cool. Like if I saw like some of their. I can understand like collecting some of it if it's like authentic. Like if you can get like some of the authentic like decommissioned weapons and that kind of shit, but I don't really.
Some of the teeth
I don't have it
that they took out of the Jews, stuff like that.
No. I see. I'm not German, and I don't really have any like history or attachment to the Germans, so it's not really a special thing for me.
I understand you're neutral on the subject of Nazis and Jews.
No, I mean, obviously, the Germans are a big pain in the ass. Like after World War I, General Pershing said he really regretted not putting American boots on the ground in Germany because he felt that they would start back up again, which they did, and they were fucking with everybody. I mean, we can talk about them, the land grabs in Poland, and of course they went into France. I mean, they would have, if they could have taken over a large swath of Western Europe, they would have done it. I don't see how they're good guys.
I think you're making progress, actually.
I was never a Nazi. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I didn't.
I always got in fights with them, like Cardano and stuff. So we didn't agree. But I'll tell you this, Norm. When you look at, and you can kind of, they had the exit surveys after World War II, and the soldiers returned, the U.S. soldiers returning, and you can guess like what the biggest complaint was. There's something that kind of happened for the first time in World War II. Do you think what do you think the ideology was of the average white American that was serving in World War II? Do you think it was, dare I say it, probably a lot more racist than I am?
How racist are you?
You're a gross human being. You know that?
How racist are you, Pepe?
Really disgusting.
No, I'm not disgusting, but the World War II generation was incredibly racist. One of the biggest complaints was that how dare you let those blacks wear my beloved uniform, and they were disgusted by it. It's how racist they were. Even I don't have a problem with black people serving with me or anything like that. But they were very racist back then. But they sure as fuck were not.
You are, bro.
But they sure as fuck weren't Nazis.
What do you mean? What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, but this was my point, and I'll wrap it up right here. As racist as they were not Nazis. They didn't have the same ideology. They weren't National Socialists.
You don't have to be a Nazi to be a fascist.
They didn't go to war to stop Nazism. That's not what they went to war.
Nazi is a political party. You don't have to be a Nazi to be a fascist. You don't have to be a Nazi to be a terrorist.
Yeah, the World War II generation were not fascist.
Do you know what do you know?
I actually probably know a lot more about it than you.
Name some fascist regimes outside of Mussolini and Hitler.
Well, Francisco Franco is like the most obvious one. I forget the name of the guy.
Was he a Nazi?
Yugoslavia.
Was he Nazi?
No, he was a fascist.
Okay. So do you have to be a Nazi to be a fascist?
No, but you don't have to be a fascist in order to have racial views.
Really?
Yes.
Aren't fascists ultra-nationalists?
You don't have to be an ultra-nationalist to be racist.
Is it? Really?
Isn't
that typically? Well, that depends on the context, right? It depends on where you are.
Sure.
But with that ultra-nationalism, that usually manifests as xenophobia against outsiders, or
not necessarily.
Well, yeah, it is, because
look at Francisco Franco. It wasn't racial.
You know why? You know why? Because there's always got to be an other, right, to be against. That's what the ultra-nationalism is coalescing around their hate for the other, right? So all of Europe
that's bullshit.
Right now, Europe is swinging right, and they are swinging more fascist because what? Because
immigration.
The immigrants that are coming to their country. Yeah. So yes. So I'm saying, whether it's racism or xenophobia, it's one of the categories of hate.
Well, no, actually, the other is very simple. Like, if you look at Spain's example, the other was the anarchist and the communist. They hated with each other with a passion. The anarchists and communists were killing the priests and the nuns, raping the nuns, digging up their dead bodies, and of course, what they would do to the captured those that were captured on the right, they were absolutely brutal. That was their other. It had nothing to do with race. And if you look at fascism in general, that was
Pinochet?
That was a result. He was not racist either.
Pinochet.
Pinochet was not racist.
Pinochet. Are we talking about a racist or a fascist?
I don't consider him a fascist. I consider him a reactionary.
What does the historical record consider him?
There's people who even if you go to yes, you asked the question and I'm answering. If you go to even, for example, the Wikipedia, it'll say some suggest he was a fascist. However, that is disputed. And fascism generally involves they're capitalists. However, it's generally state steered. Now, he did not do that. He actually had he took his influence from the University of Chicago, more like liberal, laissez-faire capitalism. He was like most people who are involved in a revolution. We can see the same thing happening in Ukraine right now. You generally have to suppress the speech of your opposition. So being pro-Russian and saying anti-Ukrainian shit right now will get you thrown in jail. When you have a revolution, both sides are going to do it. The left will either kill you or put you in prison, and the right will do the same thing. When you're dealing with particularly like civil wars, that is how they work.
Can I interject for just a moment? When I say, what does the historical record say about Pinochet, I'm not talking about Wikipedia. The historical record says that Pinochet was a fascist.
What is the historical record?
Fascist regime. The historical record.
What is the historical record? A record can be a record from who?
So if you don't know what I mean by the historical record, I mean the majority of historians, people who do this for a living.
That's bullshit.
Like analyze historical events and then draw the conclusions, the final conclusions that have been critically investigated to understand what the fuck happened. I'm talking about their view of what the situation was.
That's fine. If they want to say he was a dictator, he was literally a dictator.
Oh,
that's
God.
fine. But he wasn't a fascist. But you have to understand, a fascist is a very specific type of government.
No shit.
Okay, you can be a dictator without being a fascist.
I'm done.
And by the way, what did Chile have to do with racism?
I don't think she understands that, though.
Well, I'm actually somebody who knows a lot about fascism, so I think it's funny.
Dictatorships existed well before the concept of a fascist government.
Armenians, you don't know shit either, so just drop it.
You don't know shit. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know a goddamn thing.
Dictatorships existed well before the concept of a fascist government or philosophy even existed. You don't even know what the fucking fascist philosopher who created the fucking thing even name is. So stop. It's like saying Caesar was a fucking fascist. What the fuck are you talking about?
And Chile had nothing to do with race either. So, I mean, even if I was to say, oh yeah, he like, let's just say I said, oh yeah, Franco was a fascist. What the fuck did it wasn't a racial. They weren't making a racial boogeyman out of anybody. It was literally, it was Reds versus, you know, I guess you could say non-communist.
Yeah, she made a mistake.
Leftists are just willingly stupid.
She oh no, I'll be right back.
Yes, every emperor of China was a fascist too, right? All monarchs are fascists.
I mean, if you're being realistic, this is something that is actually argued a lot. China today is probably the closest example we have of actual fascism.
It is. People, I mean, she wouldn't know that. She'll say, hey, you know, these people are leftists. The biggest difference is to tone down militarism. That's only to a certain degree. I don't read shit, blogs. You're just projecting, bro. You're a leftist, bro. Like, come on. And does anybody read fucking blogs? Like, if you're not reading any fucking books, you're an idiot. But I mean, leftists only read, you know, what your leftist professor told you to read. You don't read real analysis, you read leftist analysis.
Hey, so anybody talking? So, besides the part about Pinochet, I mean, do you agree with anything that she said?
Well, I said that he was a dictator, quite literally. He remained a dictator for like 20 years or so, and a lot of people will say that you're like, oh, okay, so the coup that he did was actually constitutional. People don't really deny this part, but they had, when I put into power, he started usurping all of this power. He was trying to nationalize all of these industries, even though like the Supreme Court told him, no, that's not. And the Congress told him, nope, you can't do that. And he said, no, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyways. And so basically Pinochet was the army general at the time, and he was told, like, look, constitutionally, it's going to be your job to do a coup. So he did that. And they had tens of thousands of trained, foreign trained, guerrillas that were there. And they had a lot of terrorism and assassinations by these communists. And then he basically, so like all being said and done, after like 20 years, it's between like 1,000 and 2,000 people he's suspected to have killed. I mean, that's not even close to a fucking genocide. And they, of course, they don't tell you how many of them were legitimately killed. But a lot of lefties just focus on Pinochet because he's on the right and he got in the way of their, communist utopia. He really was not. He was not an extremist in any way. Extremist views. I mean, he was just.
Wisdom.
Why aren't y'all watching the Super Bowl?
Because it's the opiate of people. It's the opiate of the masses. I'm not a drug addict.
It's Super Bowl night.
Mac, why you got that white boy? Mac, are you white?
Man. Should be starting.
Mac, is that you in your PTR, Mac?
Yeah.
Oh.
What happened to the speakers? What's going on?
I got nothing to talk about, man. Shit, man.
Y'all got burnt out talking about them Arabs and them Jews.
I wasn't talking.
People get traumatized when they sing the Black National Anthem.
Shit, when they see it, what, bro?
I said, people get traumatized and start losing their minds when they sing the Black National Anthem at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah, I was just reading some of the comments on Facebook about it. And then the next wave will be as soon as the halftime performance is over. They'll be complaining about that too.
No, no. Sorry to get personal. It's just that my dad's people. We had a lot of problems with Muslims, and also my mother's people as well. So, yeah, it gets a bit personal when it comes to Muslim people.
Question is, what do you horse?
I don't think so.
So, are you literally going to compare yourself to an animal right now? Do you know all the crazy stuff animals do that people don't?
I think animals are us, and we are animals, and I think we do a lot of the crazy stuff other animals do. Yeah. What about it?
So then you shouldn't have any issue morally then by owning a person, because if you're going to say subjectively that you can agree that this is how you feel and that's valid as an argument, well, what about how I feel? That's going to have to be equally valid as well.
Yeah, it could be. And then we would talk about it, and then if we disagreed, we would just have to come to conclusions based on what we talk about, right?
Yeah, well, the chances are is I'm probably the stronger man, and I'll force you to obey me. So
okay, well, maybe, and maybe you're wrong. Maybe I'm the stronger man.
That's how animals work, right?
Exactly. Maybe I'm the stronger man.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely.
I mean, we already know I'm smarter and quicker, so I mean, maybe I'm stronger too. So then what? If I'm stronger, quicker, and then I end up being more powerful than you?
Yeah, you're not any of those things, man. You probably weigh 160 pounds, maybe, soaking wet.
Actually, like 15 more pounds than that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee I could run faster than you. So.
Yeah.
And I guarantee I move better than you too. I have better footwork and I'm quicker. And my hand-eye coordination is probably fucking far surpasses yours. So. All right. Anything else you want to share, Jay?
Okay, skinny guy.
Oh, scary. Wow, that's funny. All right. Well, anything else? Is that about it? You just want
No, that's good. I'll jump back down. You can continue posting up all the stupid Christians on you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ludwig. This guy's a fucking handful.
Please elaborate.
Oh, I just mean you're a really smart person that makes me think a lot, and I have to like always question myself and my own understanding of things. Are you still a Muslim?
Never been one.